Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to call the Tiffin City Council meeting of Monday, March 16th to order. The invocation and pledge of allegiance will be led by Councilmember Reesner.
Please join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Please state the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We do have the clerk of council absent this evening, so council has appointed an acting clerk as the law director. So law director will be serving those duties this evening. All right, we will do a roll call, please.
Thank you. Councilmember Reesner?
Here.
Snett?
Here.
Hawker?
Here.
Thacker?
Here.
Hayes?
Here.
Horniman?
Here.
And Jones.
Here.
Let the record show all 7 members of council are present. Minutes from March 2nd, regular and committee of the whole meeting minutes were distributed. Are there any questions, corrections, feedback, deletions? Right, those will stand approved as presented. Committee reports, Finance Committee, Councilmember Reesner.
No report, Madam President.
On Community Planning, Councilmember Doherty.
I do have a report, Madam President. A Law and Community Planning Committee meeting was held on Monday, March 9th at 6:22 p.m., immediately following the Recreation and Community Planning Committee meeting. The purpose of this meeting was to discuss Mayor's request for legislation 26-14, the CHIP program 2026, number 26-16, the temporary moratorium on data centers, number 26-17, the farm lease agreement, and the Frontier Community Service letter regarding villas of Seneca Place and other business that may come before this committee. First, the mayor started off with the CHIP program. Mayor stated he is requesting renewed participation in the Community Housing Impact and Preservation Program for 2026. The CHIP program is a state of Ohio initiative that provides financial assistance to low and moderate income homeowners for housing improvements. The program supports projects such as owner-occupied home rehabilitation and home repair assistance. Data from the 2024 program cycle shows significant use of the program within our county. Owner rehabilitation requests totaled approximately 203,000, while home repair requests reached approximately 105,000. Councilman Dockery made a motion requesting the law director to prepare legislation for mayor's request for legislation number 26-14. Councilman Dockery also asked that emergency be added to this legislation. Councilman Hayes seconded the motion, and the motion passed 3-0. The committee next reviewed mayor's request for legislation 26-16, the temporary moratorium on data centers, to establish a temporary moratorium on the development of data centers within the city. The city proposed moratorium would remain in effect for 12 months. City officials explained that the purpose of the moratorium is to allow time for additional research and discussion regarding how data centers should be regulated under city zoning code. City officials noted that no companies have approached the city about building a data center at this time. The moratorium is therefore intended as a proactive measure to ensure the city has appropriate policies in place before any potential proposals arise. Councilman Dockery made a motion for the city director to prepare legislation for mayor's request for legislation number 26-16. Councilman Dockery also asked that emergency be added to this legislation. Councilman Say seconded the motion, and the motion passed 3-0. The committee then reviewed mayor's request for legislation 26-17, the farm lease agreement, authorizing a farm lease agreement for the city-owned land located within Eagle Rock Industrial Park with the Walter family. The city currently leases portions of the undeveloped land within the industrial park to local farmers. Approximately 18 acres remain available for farming lease. The proposed lease term would be for 3 years at $200 per acre. Councilman Docker made a motion to have the law director prepare legislation for 26-17. Councilman Dockery also asked that emergency be added to this legislation and the motion passed 3-0. Next, we discussed a letter from Saca Villas. This is a multifamily housing project located outside of city limits. Due to it being outside of Tiffin city limits, this committee has no recommendation on regard to this letter. Lastly, in other business, Councilman Doherty raised concerns regarding the cleaning schedule within City Hall. Cleaning staff currently perform sweeping duties during Monday evening meetings, which can create noise disruptions during presentations and award recognitions. The city administrator agreed to review the cleaning schedule and determine whether adjustments can be made to avoid conflicts during meeting hours. With no other business before us, the meeting adjourned at 6:50 p.m. And that concludes my report, Madam President.
Thank you. Any questions on this report, City Administrator?
Yes, thank you. Just as a note of clarification on the Councilmember Doherty's last item there, I did say something to the cleaning company and they will hold off on their vacuuming at that time.
Thank you for that, Mr. Speaker.
You're very welcome.
Okay, thank you. All right, materials and equipment, Councilmember Jones.
No report, Madam President.
Personnel Labor Relations, Councilmember Decker.
I do have a report. Personnel and Labor Committee meeting was held on Monday, March 9th in the council chambers. Attending were Labor Committee members Ashley Decker, John Hayes, Kyle Doherty. Also attending were council members Aaron Jones, Scott Horniman, Dennis Snee, Mary Lee Wilkinson, Director of Law Zachary Fowler, and City Administrator Nick Jutro. The purpose of the meeting was to discuss Mayor's request for legislation 2613, longevity for police and fire chiefs, 2615, appointments to various boards and commissions, and 2618, appointment to ADA Advisory Committee. The meeting opened at 5:15 with discussion for Mayor's request for legislation 2613, longevity for police and fire chiefs. Administrator Dutro explained that this request is one of the downstream effects of union negotiations, should be the last of the changes presented to council. The most recent changes to union contracts took the longevity scale from 20 years to 10 years for firefighters and police staff. We, as council, were previously presented this scale during budgeting. The chiefs are not part of the union, so when factoring in overtime, other ranks could potentially earn more than chiefs under the current circumstances. This proposed legislation also guards competitiveness for management positions. The request would also change vacation time for police chief to match police contracts. Currently, the chief has less vacation than sergeants. Councilmember Decker asked how this has been factored into long-term planning. Administrator Dutro replied that the chiefs planned this into their current budget this year, but we do need to look into the future to see how it plays out. The mayor noted that there's now a budget model that can project out, and this can be provided to council during the next budget cycle. Councilmember Doherty made a motion for Law Director Fowler to draft legislation. Councilmember Hayes approved or seconded the motion. In discussion, Law Director noted that Mayor's request for legislation 13 will require two pieces of legislation. One for changing 165.02 to give the police chief the same vacation accrual schedule as police union employees. And the other will change the longevity pay schedule for police chief, fire chief, and deputy fire chief in 165.03. There will also be some cleanup for clarity. For example, in section B, there's a statement that applies to employees hired before 1982, so this will be removed from that section and reworked. The motion passes 3-0. Moving to Mayor's request for legislation 2615, appointments to various boards and commissions, and Mayor's request 26-18, appointment to ADA Advisory Committee. Cameron Nye is being considered for the Thomas Connor Memorial Commission and the Julia M. Weller Memorial Commission. Diane Shacker is up for consideration for the Tiffin Municipal Arts Commission, and for consideration to the ADA Advisory Committee is Roger Murray. The mayor offered background information on each appointment, and each candidate is more than qualified and very eager to serve and make a difference. The council had no objections, and Councilmember Hayes moved for Law Director Fowler to draft legislation for approval of the appointments as written in mayor requests for legislation 2615 and 2618. Councilmember Doherty seconded the motion, and there was no further discussion. Motion passed 3-0. Finally, in other discussion, other business to be discussed, Law Director Fowler had 2 items. First, in 2009, during the recession, there was an ordinance that altered language, changing what qualifies as a full-time employee. It required a minimum work hours reduced from 35 to 30 hours. And so this ordinance was put in place so employees didn't lose their benefits when hours decreased during the recession. The ordinance called for those changes to be reverted on January 1st, 2011, but the publisher said that they would prefer a new ordinance in order to change it to go back to 35 hours. So you'll see a new ordinance. Councilmember Decker asked if reverting this ordinance would affect current staff and their benefits. Administrator Dutra responded that going back to the 35 hours would not negatively impact city employees, as there is no one currently considered full-time working less than 35 hours. The law director also brought up that during the recession with wages and hour reductions, another amendment was made to subsection E, so that if an employee left after their wage reduction, their payout would be based on the pay rate prior to their wage reduction. At some point, we should return subsection E to its prior language prior to the recession. So since we're amending 165.02 already with an updated longevity and vacation language, it would be good practice just to update this old language at this point. Finally, the law director noted that in 165.02, there's no subsection B, but he was able to locate the language, and the publisher will be able to put it back in as it was never repealed. The law director sent council an email with that specific language for review. Essentially, this is cleaning up old language. The mayor asked if there needed to be any repeals. The law director responded no. Councilmember Dockery made a motion for law director Fowler to make the changes discussed to 165.02. Councilmember Hayes seconded the motion and it passed 3-0. Meeting adjourned at 5:50.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions, comments on the report? Yes, Law Director.
Just to help you all out, because we did give Councilmember Decker quite a bit. So ordinance 2621 that's in your packet, just to go along with the report, you'll see in section 1 there at the bottom of page 1, E is in there with that change to take that language back to what it had been, so that essentially it just keeps the broad language of the employee gets a payout at their current pay rate and no longer addresses that temporary pay change. And then ordinance 2026-23 is the cleanup one, if you will, that takes that ordinance. It was 0862 that made a bunch of changes, and this is essentially taking the definition of a full-time employee back to working 35 hours a week rather than 30. So just point of reference based on her report for y'all.
Thank you. All right, recreation and public property, Councilmember Snee.
Yes, Madam President, I have a report at this time. Okay. On March 9th, there was a Recreation and Public Property Committee meeting in council chambers. The meeting started at 6:07, and members present: Aaron Jones, Scott Horton, other present council members Doherty, Decker, Hayes, City Administrator Dutra, Mayor Wilkinson, Law Director Fowler, Judy Dizzy, which she's part of the Seneca County Collaborative. Discussion: the committee reviewed the proposed transfer of the 12th North Washington Street property, which is a 9/11 memorial, from Seneca Industrial and Economic Development Corp., which is known as SIDEC, to the city of Tiffin. Judy DC reported the site is classified as a Class C with no current drinking water risk and soil concerns having naturally remediated over time. Liability would transfer to the city upon acceptance. Members discussed long-term preservation of the site as a memorial, including a possible deed restriction. Administrator Dutro stated the Parks Department could provide maintenance if needed. The Elker Lawn Service is doing the service as of now, and as of now, they will continue to do so. And then the action was, motion by Jones, second by Horniman, directing the law director to draft legislation for the city to accept the property with a deed restriction designating it as a public park. The vote is 3-0, motion carried. Adjournment was meeting adjourned at 6:22 p.m.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on activity reports? Thank you. Street sidewalks and sewers, Councilmember Hayes.
No report, Madam President.
Economic Development and Downtown Planning, Councilmember Horniman.
Thank you, Madam President. An Economic Development and Downtown Planning Committee meeting was held on March 9th, 2026. The purpose of this meeting was to discuss Mayor's Request 26-12, the Tax Incentive Review Council's recommendations, and any other business that came before the committee. The TIRC unanimously voted to continue all current enterprise zone agreements, TIFs, and community reinvestment areas. These agreements support investment, job creation, and economic growth in the city of Tiffin. Councilmember Jones made a motion for the law director to draft legislation. Councilmember Decker seconded the motion. Motion passed 3-0. With nothing coming, no other business coming before the committee. Committee adjourned.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on activity reports? Thank you. Committee of the whole, does anyone seek me to schedule a committee of the whole meeting? This time, yeah.
We did not discuss this at committee of the whole, but you will hear a report from the collaborative from Judy about CDBG. And what is coming up for you is selecting the project for CDBG. There's a couple of options that will be presented to you. The suggestion is you could either have it sent to a committee, or it may be better just as a committee of the whole to discuss these potential projects, and then amongst the group select that, because what will come is there'll be legislation from council essentially approving the project and approving community grant application. And with that deadline coming up in a couple months, now is that time to pick that. So you all could perhaps discuss real quick if you wanted to go the route of committee of the whole, and then if so, what time you would want to start that.
Sure. Councilmember Jones.
I would say that yes, the full council should discuss that at a committee of the whole. That means coming in 15, 20 minutes early, whatever. I'm sure we can do that, right?
As far as time, and you're saying 15, 20 minutes, just to make sure we have enough time, so.
Yeah.
Would 6 or 6:15 be permissible, or does anyone have a preference for next committee, for next meeting, which would be April, I think it's April 6th, yeah.
6 is easy to remember.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gives us a month or two, so, perfect. Okay, well, thank you. So we will have a extended committee of the whole meeting then on April 6th, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. in council chambers to discuss the CDBG grant projects that Judy's going to speak about this evening. Perfect. We are now under reports of the officers. It is Honor Mayor Lee Wilkinson.
Thank you, Madam President. And I wanted to share with you that just today we received this letter. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but just a little bit of it. From the Arbor Day Foundation. The Arbor Day Foundation named Tiffin a 2025 Tree City USA in honor of its commitment to plant, grow, and maintain trees to benefit the community. Tiffin also received a Growth Award for demonstrating improved levels of tree care and community engagement. So I believe this was the 44th year.
45th.
45th?
Yes,
Are you sure?
pretty sure.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
So 44th or 45th Here, there's a plaque on in the hallway out there on the wall, so we can go out and check. For Tiffin receiving the Tree City USA, so that's quite an accomplishment. And thank you to our Public Works and our Tree Commission for that, all the work that they do. Also, I want to remind all of our residents that, and I'm sure you've noticed this, the high wind that we've had since last Friday. So just be cautious in your walking and driving, because there is debris possibly in the roadway or on the sidewalks and maybe on your personal property. If there's debris in the roadway, Public Works crews will be coming around to help get that cleaned up, especially if there's any trees down, please call the Public Works Department and let them know. If it's a personal tree, like on your personal property, not in the boulevard, then that's your responsibility. So somebody actually texted me over the weekend to ask, what do they do with all of the debris that has come down because of the high winds? Well, if it's on your personal property or on your sidewalk, that's your responsibility, so please clean up appropriately. Anything that's fallen in the roadway, then the city crews will be working on that. But be careful when you're driving and walking around. And then next, I would like to introduce Judy Dezay to present council with information about the CDBG potential project. Yeah. And this will count as the first public hearing.
That's right. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Madam President and Council, for having me. I will try to make this as short and sweet as possible. We have to do this to meet state regulations, so it's probably going to be a little bit boring, but we got to do it, and hopefully it's very informative for you all as well. So, as the mayor said, this is the first of 2 required public meetings for us to apply for the Community Development Block Grant Funds, or CDBG funds. This meeting will be focusing on CDBG basics and requirements. The second meeting will actually be following your committee of the whole, probably about a week later, so that way that meeting can be open to the public to discuss the project that you guys decide to go after and to receive public comments for that project before you guys pass that legislation. So I am presenting this information as the community and as the Grants and Community Engagement Coordinator for the Seneca County Collaborative, because our organization is contracted by the city to perform community development services. So, what is CDBG? Community Development Block Grants are federal grants administered by the Ohio Department of Development's Office of Community Development. CDBG grants are designed to support community development activities to build stronger and more resilient communities. So Tiffin is part of Ohio's Small Cities program, which governs the use of CDBG allocation grants. So Tiffin is eligible every 2 years, even years, so 2026, 2028, and so on. Allocation funds are calculated by the state and then communicated to the city, but the city has received $150,000 for the past number of years, and the same is expected for 2026. As long as an eligible project is submitted to the state, it will be funded, hence the name allocation grant. So what projects qualify? CDBG funds must address one of the 3 national objectives. That's the front part of the handout that I gave you. So it has to benefit low to moderate or LMI individuals. It has to aid in the prevention or elimination of slums or blight, or it has to meet an urgent need. The simplest of these objectives, and the one which many of the previous projects in Tiffin have focused on, is the first, creating a benefit for LMI persons. And there's, as you can see in the flow chart, 4 different ways to do that. You can have an LMI area benefit, which is a project that benefits a service area that is at least 51% LMI. There's LMI limited clientele, which is a project that benefits particular groups of people, either presumed to be LMI, such as the elderly, homeless, or severely disabled, or qualified as LMI using an income survey. There's also LMI housing, which is projects that provide or improve residential structures for LMI households. And finally, LMI jobs, which is projects that stimulate job creation and or retention for LMI persons. Now moving on to slum and blight, there are two different kinds of slum and blight. There's a slum or blighted area, so this has to be an established area within city limits. And then more commonly, there's spot blight, a single building or structure with documented physical decay that represents a public danger. Finally, a project qualifying under the urgent need objective must have clear documentation of a serious and immediate threat to the health or welfare of the community. They must be of recent origin or recently became urgent, generally that's within an 18-month time frame. And the city must also demonstrate that they are unable to finance the activity on its own and other sources of funds are not available. You may have noticed the little asterisks in the flow chart there. The urgent need objective cannot be used for community development programs like the allocation grant, but it can be used for other CDBG funded programs such as flexible grants, which is explained on the other side of your handout. So, as you can see, there are many different kinds of CDBG funded programs, but for tonight, all I'm going to focus on is the community development program grants, those top three. So we've already discussed a little bit about allocation. That's the $150,000 that the city gets every 2 years. Now we'll also talk about neighborhood revitalization and critical infrastructure. Both of those programs, unlike allocation, are competitive grants. So neighborhood revitalization grants are projects for public facilities improvements in a target area, and they must include at least 3 different activities in that area. These grants are for up to $750,000, and you can only apply in the same year that you get your allocation. So the city would be able to apply in even years for those neighborhood revitalization grants. Critical infrastructure grants are for constructing, reconstructing, or rehabilitating infrastructure that has failed or will fail imminently, including streets and bridges, sidewalks, flood and drainage infrastructure, water infrastructure, sanitary sewers, and public facilities, including fire protection and community facilities. Those grants are for up to $500,000, and those ones you can actually apply in any year, not just your allocation year. Also importantly, allocation funds for those other 2 competitive grants can be used as leverage for those other competitive grants. So previous CDBG projects in the city of Tiffin, most recently in 2024, we did Applejack Park improvements with the new play structure out there. In 2022, the city did Tiffin Community Kitchen pilot programming. And in 2020, the city decided on Nature Trails Park improvements. So as part of CDBG, there is a citizen participation requirement, and we're actually positioned really well for that. We fulfilled that requirement by doing the Tiffin Community Needs Assessment meetings in all 4 wards in July. We also had that online portal, if you remember, so we actually, between the meetings and the online portal, had about 120 participants in that process, and that needs assessment report that was produced with all of the different project ideas from people around the city. That report is available at tiffincdbg.com if you want to take a look at that. So we do have some potential projects on the table that I will be able to present to you all at your committee of the whole on April 6th. Some projects have been submitted by nonprofits in the area. Other projects are city projects, so you'll have a slew of different projects to look at. So timeline and next steps. Obviously, you guys will discuss potential projects in your committee of the whole. The application should open around mid-May and is due in mid-June. As I said, there will be a second public meeting following your committee of the whole, and there will be a press release for that to let the public know that they are welcome to come to that meeting to have an opportunity to comment on the project that you all choose. So that is the end of my spiel. Do you guys have any questions about CDBG? Yes?
Do you typically just go for the allocation or present projects for the allocation, or do you go for any of the competitive awards?
So traditionally, the city has just gone for allocation. My hope is, this is also my first year going through a full CDBG cycle. So if the city decides that to hire and contract with, our organization to fulfill the admin part of CDBG, then my hope would be to go through this year, with just allocation, and then in future years, if the city decides to continue contracting with our organization, that we would go after some competitive grants.
Councilmember Hayes.
Thanks. I was reviewing the needs assessment report today. And first of all, thank you for your work on that. There's a lot of great information. I was reviewing some of the park projects you've already said, yes, this qualifies. And then other ones that seemingly are very similar projects, you say maybe or is just location dependent because it hits the area benefit?
Right.
Okay.
Yes, so usually park projects are qualified under the area benefit because you're not gonna survey everybody who's coming to the park. So it's usually done by just an area benefit. I can send you all a link to the map. There is a map that outlines what areas are qualified and what areas are not.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Judy, just really for the public's benefit, can you touch on the projects you're bringing to council next committee of the whole
I
meeting?
can touch on a few of them. I am waiting to hear some information from the state to make sure that I'm not presenting anything to you guys that would cause an issue with the state, because they ultimately decide what is eligible and ineligible. But we have some of the nonprofits that I talked about. Heavenly Park, Heavenly Pizza Gives Back, has submitted a project for a playground at their park right next to the Heavenly Pizza building. So that is a playground structure that potentially CDBG funds could be used for. There are a couple of city park projects as well that are eligible and could be looked at as well. So there is also a project submitted by St. Mary's Catholic Church that would be a sidewalk in front of their church and school building. And there was a third subrecipient that was submitted by the Commission on Aging, but they fall just outside city limits and so are not eligible.
It's very helpful. Thank you. Anyone else have any questions? Okay, well, thank you. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Judy. That was excellent. And that concludes my report.
Okay. Nothing from the clerk, I assume?
No report.
Okay. All right. Director of Finance, Jill Lindhorst.
Thank you, Madam President. I do have a request for legislation tonight, F26-07, to amend the 2026 budget ordinance 25-98. This is to appropriate funds into the general fund. The amount is $500. It'll go to the police department. It is for funds received for disposal of a 2021 Dodge Charger. I also have the February 28th, 2026 Director of Finance report. Total receipts for the month, $4,275,179.46. Total expenses for the month, $4,563,079.64. The general fund unencumbered balance, $4,658,109.99. The income tax receipts for February 2026 were $1,098,102.08. The total increase in income tax collections for February 2026 compared to February 2025 is $2,584.90. Year-to-date income tax receipts are down 5.64 cents. The 1/4% portion of income tax receipts that was transferred into Fund 215 for public streets for February 2026 is $129,274.65. The portion of income tax receipts that was transferred into Fund 331 for capital improvements for February 2026 is $96,882.74. The unexpended balance for all funds is $41,360,000. $351.73, which is the same as the bank balances for the same time period. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Councilmember Reesner.
I move to accept the Finance Director's report, bank reconciliation, month ending February 2026.
Thank you. There's a motion to accept the Finance Director's report and bank reconciliation for the month of February. Is there a second? Councilmember Decker.
Motion.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, the motion carries. Thank you. And Director of Law, Zach Fowler.
Yeah, thank you, Madam President. I do have a report. I just wanted to touch on the moratorium. I know most of you were at the committee meeting, but I just, for everyone's benefit, just wanted to touch on exactly what that proposal or that legislation is. So, as Councilmember Doherty mentioned, it'd be for a 12-month period once passed. This would go into effect immediately because of the emergency. The meat of it is in each of the sections, but the basic idea is that you're directing city administration, zoning inspector, planning commission, et cetera, that anyone's involved with any kind of permit that's being issued related to data center, that is suspended for that 12-month period of time. So that's essentially section 1. But beyond that, one of the others is for city administration then to take up the task of looking into data centers, whether there's a zoning law change that should be recommended to council, or other kind of permitting process, business regulation, et cetera, that would be appropriate based on that research to bring to council. So it's not just putting a hold on it, but it is also then taking some proactive steps to see what would be appropriate to bring to council. So that's kind of the two basic parts of what's in that moratorium, even though there's a lot more language in there. But if anyone has questions while this is pending, feel free to reach out. But those are the two things you're really doing with that. And that's all I have.
Can I ask a question on that now? Am I recalling that at any point we could stop the moratorium if there was if we felt like we were ready and there was opportunity?
Yes.
Okay, so it doesn't have to extend the year if we vote on it?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. You could lift it, and there's provision in there that if you wanted to renew it, you certainly could.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Well,
We are now under written communications.
I'm not used to this being my turn.
I know.
We have mayor's request for legislation number 2619 regarding the sale of property in Eagle Rock Industrial Park.
Thank you. Mayor's request for legislation number 26-19 is assigned to the Recreation and Public Property Committee.
Finance Director's request for legislation number F26-07 to amend the 2026 budget ordinance 2025-98 to appropriate funds in the general fund, $500.
Thank you. Finance Director's request for legislation number F26-07 is prepared this evening as ordinance 26-26.
And Tiffin City Municipal Court 2025 annual report.
Thank you. This will be held on file in the clerk's office. All right, we are now under oral communications. Anyone wishing to address council may step to the podium, sign in, and direct their questions to myself.
Out of breath, excuse me, I ran to my car. Good evening, Madam President and Mayor Wilkinson and City Council members. My name is Pat DeMonte. I am the former United Way Director, and after I retired, after 20 years there, I kind of got bored with retirement and decided to get busy with some nonprofits. So I'm here tonight to present to you, or just to explain to you the project that I've been involved with, and that is the Heavenly Park. You'll hear more about it in the weeks to come, but I appreciate if I can just have a few minutes of your time to explain how this came about. John Hill is a local businessman, has had Heavenly Pizza restaurant here for, I believe it's 40 years, if I remember, 40-some years. And John approached me about the fact that he would like to, he had a vision to turn property next to his new business on West Market Street into a park. And so with that, we began to put together a nonprofit board. And then John donated the property to the nonprofit. So this is separate from his business. It was out of the goodness of his heart that he decided to donate the property for the good of the community. And so with that, our organization is, we are Christian, and as you started your meeting with prayer, that gave me hope that people aren't going to say, oh, it's just a bunch of Christian people over here, that they'll look at it wrongly, with the wrong intention. What we want is to reflect our commitment to the community and show both our faith and our values by offering something of value to the community. And with that, the Heavenly Pizza Gives Back project will establish an inclusive family entertainment center where community members can share their values, enjoy beautiful outdoor spaces, and provide a safe environment where every family and child can engage in recreational activities. That is our goal, and we are working towards raising money. We have kicked off our capital campaign to get local businesses involved as well, and we're going to have a paver and brick purchase fundraiser as well. So we have been doing some work behind the scenes. We've gotten some grants. The property will be to the east of the restaurant business, and I don't know if I can show them that, but it'll be in the, I just would really like to show you this part here. These are all the parks you were talking about from the area. This is where Heavenly Park will be, where a big blank spot would have been. All the other yellow markings are parks that have playgrounds, but that spot had nothing. And for those of you that remember it as West Junior High, I would drive by that place and I'd think, wouldn't that make a great park? Mm-hmm. For years, I kept thinking, well, something has to happen to that. Well, when John came to me with this idea, I just had to be part of it, because to me, that's giving this community, and it is a low to moderate income area, and that's giving the people in that area some place to gather, to meet, to have fun. So our project will have three portions to it. Closest to the West Market Street will be a youth and adult game. Now that sounds wrong, but it's youth and adult, meaning cornhole, table tennis, checkers and chess, and possibly some other things that we'll have put in there. We're looking at concrete, table tennis boards, something that young people can get involved with. Adults can come and play, have a good time in the outdoors. The second part will be in the middle. It will be a small stage. It's not in competition with National East Green, thank you. Just a smaller venue for performers, for speakers, for musical groups, whatever. And then the last part of it, closer to the rear of the building, or of the property, will be the playground and children's playground. And we're very excited to say that we think it will be a great addition to that area. We think that the people from the Kiwanis Manor will have a place to walk to. Now, if you've ever seen them, they sit out in front, they sit out in back, but there's not really a lot that they can walk to. So Heavenly Park will be close enough for them to enjoy the outdoors. We hope to have some do you call these things, gliders, some wheelchair accessible gliders. And the playground area will be accessible, handicap accessible as well, as much as we can make it. So we have some gliders we're looking at that will allow both, anyone with a disability as well as individuals to use those. So that's really what I'm here for, is to inform you about what we're doing, to let you know that we are happy to be able to give back to the community. We think it will enhance that area, and we hope that you will support our project. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for all your work associated with this. I think it's a great idea. Excited to hear more. Does anyone have any other questions or commentary on that? Yeah, Councilmember Reister.
With this being in Ward 3, I feel like I should say a little something positive about it. I know there's a lot of parks in the other wards, and we'd be excited to get some more park space in our ward for sure. And this seems to have a good spot in my mind when I hear about this being close to downtown and the riverfront. So I think there's a lot of benefit to it.
Yeah.
And thank you for you and Dan Perry and everybody working on this. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilmember Stay.
Thank you, Madam President. I remember my mother, she lived right behind there. And when I was at junior high, and she would always hear the children play. And she loved that. And she'd definitely be excited to see that go on and happen. So.
Right. Well, thank you again. That takes us to motions. Are there any motions this evening? All right, we are under resolutions and ordinances. You're up again. Okay. Okay.
Resolution 2026-37, a resolution accepting the recommendation of the Tax Incentive Review Council to continue certain tax incentive agreements with local businesses and property owners and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. This is the first reading of Resolution 26-37. Councilmember Horniman.
Thank you, Madam President. I move for immediate passage of Resolution 2026-37, suspending City Council's 3-reading rule.
Thank you. There is a motion for suspension of Council's 3-reading rule and immediate passage of Resolution 26-37. Is there a second? Councilmember Doherty.
I'll second that motion, Madam President.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Councilmember Horniman.
Thank you, Madam President. Yeah, this is what my report entailed and everything. This is that they have the Tax Incentive Review Council that reviews and goes over all the different tools that we use to promote economic growth and employment and investment in the city of Tiffin. And all of these agreements were voted unanimously by by that board, and we just wanted to pass this in council to keep those going.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we will first vote on the suspension.
Thank you. Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Councilmember Snee.
Yes.
Councilmember Doherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Ornament.
Yes.
And Jones.
Yes.
Suspension passes with a vote of 7-0. We'll now vote on the emergency.
Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Doherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Ornament.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Emergency passes with a vote of 7-0. We'll now vote on the passage.
Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Doherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Ornament.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Resolution 26-37 passes with a vote of 7-0.
All right. Resolution 2026-38, a resolution authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into a community housing impact and preservation partnership agreement for program year 2026 with the city of Fostoria and Seneca County Commissioners and declaring an emergency.
This is the first reading of Resolution 26-38. Councilmember Doherty.
Thank you. I move for immediate passage of resolution number 2026-38 and suspending City Council's 3-reading rule.
Okay. There's a motion to suspend council's 3 reading rule and immediate passage of resolution 26-38. Is there a second? Councilmember Hayes.
I'd like to second that motion.
Thank you. There's a motion, the second. Any discussion? Okay. We will first vote on the suspension.
Thank you. Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Dougherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Horniman.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Suspension passes with a vote of 7-0. Now voting on the emergency.
Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Dougherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Horniman.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Emergency passes with a vote of 7-0. We'll now vote on the passage.
Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Dougherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Horniman.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Resolution 26-38 passes with a vote of 7-0.
Resolution 2026-39, a resolution approving mayor's appointment of Cameron Nye to serve a 5-year term on the Thomas Connor Memorial Commission from January 1, 2026 until December 31st, 2030.
This is the first reading of resolution 26-39. Councilmember Decker.
Madam President, I move for passage of resolution 2026-39.
Thank you. There's a motion for passage of resolution 26-39. Is there a second? Councilmember Reesner.
I'll second the motion, Madam President.
Thank you. There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Councilmember Decker.
Yeah, I just want to thank all of the appointments tonight that are up for consideration for volunteering their time and their service to the city.
Totally agree. All right, we will now vote on the passage.
Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Dougherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Horniman.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Resolution 26-39 passes with a vote of 7-0.
And 40, good. Resolution 2026-40, a resolution approving mayor's appointment of Cameron Nye to serve an unexpired term on the Julia M. Weller Memorial Commission from the effective date of this resolution until December 31, 2028.
This is the first reading of resolution 26-40. Councilmember Decker.
Madam President, I move for passage of resolution 2026-40.
Thank you. There's a motion for passage of resolution 26-40. Is there a second? Councilmember Reesner.
I'll second the motion, Madam President.
Thank you. There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, we will vote on the passage.
Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Dougherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Horniman.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Resolution 26-40 passes with a vote of 7-0.
Resolution 2026-41, a resolution approving mayor's appointment of Cheyenne Thacker to serve an unexpired term on the Tiffin Municipal Arts Commission from the effective date of this resolution until December 31, 2029.
This is the first reading of resolution 26-41. Councilmember Decker.
Madam President, I move for passage of resolution 2026-41.
Thank you. There's a motion for passage of resolution 26-41. Is there a second? Councilmember Hayes.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you. There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay. We will vote on the passage.
Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Dougherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Horniman.
Yes.
And Jones.
Yes.
Resolution 26-41 passes with a vote of 7-0.
Excellent. Resolution 2026-42, a resolution imposing a temporary moratorium on the establishment, conversion of other structures or buildings into a data center, including the development and construction of any building, structure, use or change of use that would allow data centers for a period of 12 months within the city of Tiffin and declaring an emergency.
This is the first reading of resolution 26-42.
Resolution 2026-43, a resolution approving mayor's appointment of Roger Murray to serve a 3-year term on the ADA Advisory Committee from the effective date of this resolution until December 31, 2028.
Thank you. This is the first reading of Resolution 26-43. Councilmember Decker.
Madam President, I move for passage of Resolution 2026-43.
Thank you. There's a motion for passage of Resolution 26-43. Is there a second, Councilmember?
I second that motion, Madam President.
Thank you. There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, we will vote on the passage.
Councilmember Reeser,
Yes.
Snee,
Yes.
Doherty,
Yes.
Decker,
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
Horniman,
Yes.
and Jones.
Yes.
Resolution 26-43 passes with a vote of 7-0.
Ordinance 2026-15, an ordinance authorizing the city administrator to apply to and receive from the Northeast Ohio Public Energy Council, NOPEC, the 2026 Energized Community Grant and declaring an emergency.
This is the third reading of Ordinance 26-15. Councilmember Horniman.
Thank you, Madam President. I move for passage of ordinance 2026-15.
Thank you. There is a motion for passage of Ordinance 26-15. Is there a second? Councilmember Snee.
I second that motion, Madam President.
Thank you. There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Councilmember Horniman.
Thank you, Madam President. Tiffin is a NOPEC community. The city voted to do that, and by being by being a NOPEC community, we qualify for certain grants that incentivize energy efficiency in certain projects, and this is one of those projects. It's my understanding that this will help with offset some of the costs for new doors on the fire department.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All right, we will first vote on the emergency.
Councilmember Reeser,
Yes.
Snee,
Yes.
Doherty,
Yes.
Decker,
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
Horniman,
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Emergency passes with a vote of 7-0. We'll now vote on the passage.
Councilmember Reeser,
Yes.
Snee,
Yes.
Doherty,
Yes.
Decker,
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
Horniman,
Yes.
and Jones.
Yes.
Ordinance 26-15 passes with a vote of 7-0.
Ordinance 2026-18, an ordinance to revise the codified ordinances by adopting replacement pages thereto and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. This is the second reading of Ordinance 26-18. Law Director, what do I call you?
I'm switching the
Yeah,
hat. It is Law Director. I just wanted to let you know, speaking with the clerk, if you recall, there's a publication requirement that will be done before the third reading.
Thank you.
All right, next
To your clerk
legislation.
hat, okay.
I switch hats.
Okay.
Ordinance 2026-21, an ordinance amending section 165.02A and E and enacting section 165.02G of the codified ordinances to provide a separate vacation schedule for the chief of police.
Thank you. This is the first reading of Ordinance 26-21.
Ordinance 2026-22, an ordinance amending section 165.03 of the codified ordinances to create a separate longevity pay schedule for the police chief, fire chief, and deputy fire chief.
Thank you. This is the first reading of Ordinance 26-22.
Ordinance 2026-23, an ordinance amending section 165.02A and B, section 165.05B, 165.06A, and 165.08A of the codified ordinances to amend the definition of a full-time employee of the city of Tiffin.
This is the first reading of Ordinance 26-23.
Ordinance 2026-24, an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into a lease for farming purposes for a portion of Eagle Rock Business Park and declaring an emergency.
This is the first reading of Ordinance 26-24. Councilmember Doherty.
Thank you. I move for immediate passage of ordinance 26-24 and suspending City Council's three reading rule.
Thank you. There's a motion to suspend council's three reading rule and immediate passage of Ordinance 26-24. Is there a second? Councilmember Jones.
I'll second that motion, Madam President.
Okay. So motion and a second. Any discussion? Councilmember Doherty.
Yes, this is so we can get the Walter family with the lease agreement, and also gives the Walter family time to buy seed, fertilizer, et cetera, whatever they plan on planting out there.
Thank you. All right, we will first vote on the suspension.
Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Dougherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Horniman.
Yes.
And Jones.
Yes.
Suspension passes with a vote of 7-0. We'll now vote on the emergency.
Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Dougherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Horniman.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Emergency passes with a vote of 7-0. We'll now vote on the passage.
Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Dougherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Horniman.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Ordinance 26-24 passes with a vote of 7-0.
Ordinance 2026-25, an ordinance authorizing the acquisition of real property located at 12 North Washington Street in the city of Tiffin, Ohio.
This is the first reading of ordinance 26-25.
Ordinance 2026-26, an ordinance amending the 2026 budget ordinance 2025-98 to appropriate funds into the police budget.
Thank you. This is the first reading of ordinance 26-26. Councilmember Reesner.
Thank you, Madam President. I move for immediate passage of ordinance 2026-26, suspending city council's reading rule.
Thank you. There's a motion to suspend council's 3 reading rule and immediate passage of ordinance 26-26. Is there a second? Councilmember Jones, again, wow.
I'll second that motion as well, Madam President.
Okay, thank you. There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Councilmember Reesner.
Thank you, Madam President. This is for the vehicle salvage value of in the amount of $500 to be gone into the police budget.
Thank you. All right, we will first vote on the suspension.
Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Dougherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Horniman.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Suspension passes with a vote of 7-0. We'll now vote on the passage.
Councilmember Reesner.
Yes.
Snee.
Yes.
Dougherty.
Yes.
Decker.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Horniman.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Ordinance 26-26 passes with a vote of 7-0.
That concludes the legislation, Madam President.
Okay, thank you. All right, we are now under other business. Councilmember Reesner.
A quick question here for the law director, not clerk. It's the 26-28, the ordinance 26-18, I'm sorry, about the replacement pages. Do you need that a little sooner than the next meeting, or do you want to, is it okay to reread for the third time at the next meeting?
That's what I'm saying, is so part of the charter requirement, it has to be published before you can vote on it. So I'm just letting you know that'll be met in order for the third reading.
I just wanted to clarify. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilmember Stay.
Yes, Madam President. I need to set up a committee meeting for the Recreation Public Property Committee meeting. If the members are available for next Monday at 5:15. You're available? Okay.
Yeah, I'll be available, yeah.
All right, so this is for Mayor's request for legislation 2619, the sale of property in Eagle Rock Industrial Park. So next Monday, on the 23rd at 5:15 in Council's Chamber, we'll have a Recreation and Public Property Committee meeting and discuss that and what else may come before the meeting.
Perfect. Thank you. Any other business to come before council this evening? Okay, we can adjourn. Thank you.